in the Saturn, they talk about Saturn and Jupiter bridging together to give a new golden age. So it's probably that is what they're talking about.
Okay.
Yes, it's what they're talking about. Yeah, you know.
Okay.
Which is another sacred marriage, because in the Kabbalah, Saturn is Bina, which is feminine, and which is feminine. So so you got Saturn and Jupiter. Jupiter is the arrow, and the arrow always is the lightning, and is also the penis. So you're talking about a merging together, the divine feminine, the sacred marriage they call it, the sacred marriage, or the chemical wedding they call it in alchemy. Yes, all of that stuff is right on time. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, I was going to ask you about the kind of mindset to have, but you kind of give a synopsis of it, and I think I'm already on it. Eat, sleep,
yes.
Just, chill.
Yes. Well, all right. Well, all right.
All
yeah.
right. Thanks
all right.
for everything.
And thanks for calling in. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. There's an excellent book that came out in 2000, a year before the World Trade Towers fell, and the book is called The Tower of Alchemy. The Tower of Alchemy. And the name of the guy that wrote the book is called, let me see if I can get his name. Advanced Guide to the Great Work is the name of the book. The Tower of Alchemy, The Advanced Guide to the Great Work. It's a book by David Goodard, Gaddard. And ironically, he comes out with this book, The Tower of Alchemy. And alchemy is the study of melanin ultimately. He comes out with this book, and then the next year the World Trade Center fall, as if to say that he didn't have anything to do with it. What this thing is saying here is sometimes the spirit world will give you certain things and tell you where we are. And so that's also that rise. And so we got the number 11 coming back around again, which is the two towers. So those are two towers of alchemy. So therefore, I suggest that particular book, the Towers of Alchemy by David Goodard and stuff. Yeah, and all. Yeah. So those are some good books. Yeah. So.
All right. Great resources there. We're going to continue on. Let's see if we can go to the next caller. Calling in, it looks like from area code 619. You are live in the remix. Please tell us who you are and where you're calling from.
Peace, Remix family. Miss Blue, Brother Bobby.
Yes.
Red Eye.
All right.
Happy New Year to everyone.
Yes. Okay.
All right.
Brother
Greetings.
Bobby.
Yes.
Question is, just for a little bit more clarity, if I heard you correctly, you said that on the other side we are being prepared for exaltation. And I kind of related that to when you said that Gary Coleman was being returned to the fairy realm.
Yeah.
And he was returning as their king. So I know that we all have our own reality. And at the same time, we have a collective reality. So how do we understand exactly what it means to be exalted in another realm? And does that mean that we are being caught up in the twinkling of an eye and all of that? How do
that part will happen. That part will happen. All this is just going to disappear. But what we're saying is basically look at it on an alchemical level or on a formula level of energies. We'll just rise into our highest levels of the glorified spirits. So even with Barry Coleman, when he went back that way, and he was a part of that, ultimately when this thing is all done, we not only will be just like the gods or the angelic host that we look at as the Netters or anything like that, but we will even have our own particular universe within us, or within our mind, or within our entire essence. So really, you can only speculate, because the simple fact it's never been done before is a good way to say it. That's the beautiful part about this. It's more of an experience that we'll be coming into than to give you the whole basic synopsis of what something is and stuff, because it's never been done before. So we can basically just try to give you some type of layout of what this thing is. And like I said before, we talk about infinite possibilities would be the ultimate aspect of that. Like I always say, take whatever God you've been reading and anybody you've ever admired enough to be a supernatural being that you would even be worthy of worshiping, and apply that to your situation that's coming down the tube, because that's what we're returning to. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to put limitations on it. You see what I'm saying? On something that I know that we ultimately are going to have to experience the manifestation of. But, you know, the manifestation of it. And we're at the first level of a consciousness that's coming into being. And basically the consciousness is the more and more you go through this consciousness, the more you are clear about things. I'm more clear about things than I was 10 years ago. I'm even greater. I was even more clear than I was 15 years ago. So it's always a clarity that will happen and stuff. And it's almost like it's like an essence of just knowing or just being. So it's all coming to you. You see what I'm saying? But I don't want to limit it with just, you know, trying to, you know, sum up some stuff on to give you an idea on how it's going to be. Whatever it is, it's going to be right now at the level that we are dealing with our mind. It's so vast beyond that until, you know, it's like a dog. No matter how much he say what he want to do, like I said, he want to be a human, and I'm going to go and I'm going to get my Alpo, you know what I'm saying, and I'm going to scratch my balls in the east, you know what I'm saying, and all this kind of thing here. I'm going to sniff this realm of different other dogs' asses and stuff, but he's thinking of what a human would be, but he's a human, he's a dog, and he's trying to give you a concept of what a human would be, but he's a dog. It's the same thing when it comes to these gods and stuff like that. It could just be divine bliss. You see,
they say if you ain't the lead dog, they say if you ain't the lead dog, the only thing you see is the crack of another dog's ass. So
yeah, right.
So in closing, Bobby, just it's basically like a graduating class of 2011 of the gods.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
And that's what man is, God. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
right.
I appreciate your time, and once again, Happy New Year to you and Miss Linda, Miss Blue, Remix family. Love everyone.
All right. He's Red Eye. Thanks for calling in. All right, we're going to go to the next caller, and then we're probably going to go ahead, and I know everybody wants to get to their loved ones as we usher in 2011 here. Let's go. I believe it's a Skype caller, so I think I see your letters at CW. I'm going to click on you. That will be you. Please make sure you turn your computer speakers off or turn them down so we don't get the feedback. But let's see. Greetings. Are you there?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Greetings.
Oh, lovely. Hi, Miss Blue. I've wanted to speak to you for such a long time. But peace to you and praise to Brother Bobby Hemmit. I have a quick question to Brother Bobby Hemmit. I read an article a couple of months ago, and in the article it talks about Ochosi being similar to Khonshu. So I was just wondering if you've made that connection or if you've seen that article as well.
It was what article? What did it come out of?
I cannot. I think what I'll do is I'll send you the whole article. Unfortunately, I forgot to get the source, but I know it was written by a Caucasian who's been looking into the goddess Nut and that whole of the law. Yeah,
that's great.
Yeah, if you'd like me to read you something, I can.
Yes, do that.
Okay. Crossing their base from Tiferet to Ketha via Dath at the dark time of the moon, when the stellar current most potently penetrates our conscious field, Orion, who is Ochosi, treads the 13th path of the priestess, Gimel, Neptune, Moon, path of Khonshu, who is the strider of the stars, the traveler of the night sky. He also goes on to say that Ochosi also links in with the Voodoo Gede, the laws of death and sex, who are called by sexual rights. And he also goes on to say about Legba, the god of the crossroads, and how ultimately Legba will open the gate outside via the Dath so that the old ones may cross over from the universe into ours and enter our conscious dimension.
Well, I'm glad, yes. That is awesome. Wow. You got to send me that ASAP.
Oh, I will, definitely. Yeah. It's just something I wanted to share with you for a long time. And also when you said something about Khonshu and silver, it reminded me of what you said about Nuit and the color blue and silver. or something similar, I think. But I'll send you the article, and maybe you can expound on it in one of your lectures, and I'll get the DVD.
Oh, yes, most definitely. Most definitely.
Oh, yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
some good stuff.
Yeah.
And I noticed it had Khonshu, it had nude up in there, which,
Yes.
Blue is
Yes.
dealing with. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay,
That is awesome.
That's all on the So shall I send it to Panic on Facebook or to Miss Blue?
Well, if you can you call Brother Bobby, and then that way you can send it to him. I would like a copy too, and you can actually email it to me. But yeah,
I'll
call
do that.
Brother Bobby. You have the number. Where are you calling from? England or the UK?
I'm calling from the UK. I'm from England.
Well, why don't you just send one to Blue, and she can send it to me. What you think?
Yeah, we can.
I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to do.
Okay.
Actually, Brother Bobby, you know Darren, don't you?
Yeah.
I can also send it to him as well. And just to let you know, to let the people know that are listening on, that they can get their picture packs from Darren in the UK, because I know a lot of people from London don't know where to get it from. So
No. You got to get the picture packet from me. That defeats
Yeah,
no, that defeats the purpose. Hey, you don't get the picture packet from Darren, and it's my money I'm trying to make.
Sorry, you know what? I thought you were sort of like your link to the UK, because I don't know how you send them.
No, the UK orders from me every week. So now you got that number. Get in contact with that number. You get the picture packet. Yeah, you selling off my damn business.
Sorry. All right, good to know. All right, well, thank you. I won't hold up the line anymore, but I just want to share that, and I'll send you the article, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for calling in.
Have a good day. Bye.
Yeah, but just utilize the number.
Yeah?
I mean, you can call me and send the article to me. You can talk and get it.
Yeah.
But whatever the deal is, but I'm quite sure that you can get it faster through Blue. She can.
Yeah.
If you're going to email it and stuff, she can send it to me. I can get it faster.
I'll do just this minute.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking at it, and I've got Miss Blue's email, so I'll do it this very instant.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, this thing is international. It's open for everybody in Russia, so you don't have to source my shit out to somebody in damn the UK.
Yes.
To get my picture packet.
Right, because I got some calls, and a lot of people have been calling from all over different countries for the picture packet. Just make sure you leave your number for Brother Bobby Hemmit, and you can reach him. I want to give that number again, is 678-358-1055, and this is how you're going to ensure the same thing that we talk about, and Brother Panic speaks about this too. When you want to get the original, you want to make sure you go through Brother Bobby Hemmit to get it. The DVDs, same thing. All the lectures, everything. You can actually do that. Definitely, everybody, you guys want to show your love and support for Brother Bobby and his queen. Mm-hmm. This is how you do it, by contacting Brother Bobby and getting the information. So whenever you do contact me, myself, we will pass the message on to Brother Bobby. But you have the direct number. Know that sometimes it'll take a minute sometimes. I know you're busy, Brother Bobby, but they will get back to you. Just leave your number. So, just leave your number. Well, Brother Bobby, I think we're going to go ahead and close it out before they close us out. I do think. If you have any lasting words as we take this last 2 minutes here, I want to turn it over to you, and thank you again.
Right. Well, basically, become aware of everything around you. Do more studying. You can get access and take advantage of the books that I gave. You see what I'm saying? And just run this thing over and over until it gets into your brain. That's the good part about this blog talk. You can go, you can listen to it as many times as you want until you get the basic concepts I'm saying. But just be on the lookout and expect things to happen. You see what I'm saying? And to put your radar up and expect things to happen. You see what I'm saying on that particular level. But I really say rejoice. You see what I'm saying? No fear. You see, rejoice. You see, because that's how this stuff is happening. You see, we are already hooked up with the spirit world, so we don't have to worry about a whole lot of crazy stuff. Your consciousness is your protection. You see what I'm saying? So that's good. And just go ahead and just experience is like anything else. We got to see what comes through. I just gave you the breakdown of the whole thing that went down with the eclipse and Khonshu. Now we just got to reap the benefits. Just remember that Khonshu is in you as the melanin, the night traveler. You see what I'm saying? So therefore, you already have a celestial a celestial link to it. Another book by the brother Cox, the same guy.